Good morning and welcome to Easy REO Agent, how to take pictures of one of your properties. We're standing in Katy, Texas today, and the house behind me is one of our listings. What we want to show you today is the order in which you need to take your pictures. The most important thing is that you always take them in the same order. That way you are able to always follow what picture goes where on what property. It makes it easier for your field people, and it also makes it easier for the folks in your office who are actually doing the BPO. That way they know what they're looking at every time. Let's take a look at this property. The most important shot that you want first is going to be the shot that is straight on, looking directly at the house. The next thing you want to do, and the next important shot, and this will keep you out of trouble, is make sure that the number on your paperwork matches the number on your house. If they aren't the same, you probably better go back and see where you're at. The next shot you're after is a shot that shows the side of the property. You want to make sure that your asset manager can see down the side of the house and be looking for any damage when you take this picture. Here we are on the other side of the property. In this shot, you're looking for exactly what you had on the other side of the house. You're wanting to make sure you get a full view of the property so that you can see any damages that may occur, how close we are to the property next door to us. That kind of information is very valuable to your asset manager. You want to get a shot of both houses on either side of your property. This does a couple of things. One, it's going to show how far the houses are apart, and two, it's going to show that your house is comparable to the properties in the neighborhood. You want to make sure your asset manager has something to reference your property to. Now, the next picture that you're going to want to take is a shot of the properties across the street from your house. The reason you're doing this is, once again, you are wanting to make sure your asset manager knows the condition of the neighborhood. We're looking for things like, are the houses being maintained? Is there one for sale? If there's pride in ownership in the neighborhood, you're most likely going to have an owner-occupant purchasing this home. If there's not, and the neighborhood seems or appears to be on the decline, then there's a good chance it's going to be picked up by an investor. Now that you've shot the pictures of your property, you're going to want to start looking for things that are going to detract from the price. One of those is the power lines that are directly behind our property. You can see them between the houses. Another thing you want to be looking for are other foreclosures in the neighborhood. They are going to be what helps to determine the value of your property. Looking at this electrical meter right here, you can see that the wheel is spinning around. That could be a very good indicator that there's somebody actually living in this property. This is your basic electric box mounted on the outside or the inside of most homes. The important thing that you need to know here is you need this safety panel that's attached here. If this is not in place, you do not want to go ahead and turn the electricity on. Reason being, if a small person were to come in and put their finger in there, who would be held liable? It would most likely be you and the bank. And it's our responsibility as brokers to make sure that we try to keep our clients out of the courtroom. Making sure that the air conditioning unit, especially here in Texas, is very important. These get stolen on an average of probably 1 out of every 10 houses. If this is in place, you most likely want to have someone come out and service this unit before you put the house on the market. It's more important to know that it works before you actually get a contract on the property. Here in the backyard, one of the important things is you need a shot from side to side of the property. Sometimes the back of the house is too wide to get this shot, so shoot it from both angles, shooting back towards it. Once again, always be looking for damage and repairs that need to be made while you're taking your pictures. If you have dead animals found on your property, you and or the company that takes care of your properties need to take care of that and make sure it is not here. This can lead to diseases. One of the things we want you to learn with Easy REO is how to look at a property. And the way we prescribe this is that you start at the top of the property and work your way down with your eyes, looking for any damage as you go along. I can go through a regular resale house and find more damage than the average realtor, literally because we start top to bottom, right to left, every time we go into a room. That way we don't miss things as we're doing our BPO. Okay, Now we're at the front door. We're getting ready to walk into the house. Curb appeal is just as important with a foreclosure as it is with a regular resale. If this door looks beaten, weathered, needs to be refinished, then you need to go ahead and call for that in your BPO repair. Reason being, if we don't get them through the front door, they're never going to see the property.